Those are the tips. I guarantee you, if you do these, you're gonna be sleeping like a freaking baby, dude. Alright, what is up everybody? I got a super helpful video for y'all here today. Basically how are we gonna cure insomnia naturally. Not talking about even necessarily, I mean, these are going to be some things in there, but not even talking about like CBD or THC or weed or melatonin or any kind of sleeping pills. How can we actually cure this? Because this is a problem. It's not natural. It's not, your body's just not supposed to not be able to sleep. You're supposed to be able to go to sleep. So what is this? It's essentially a hyperactive mind. You're not able to control your brain, your mindset, your thoughts. You're not able to control. So what, and then, you know, some sleep hacks. And we're going through the whole thing. There's a lot of tips here. And how this video basically, so I made a video responding to Greg Doucette. Again, I actually enjoy all his videos and everything. And he was just responding back saying blah blah, and then I was responding back to him essentially exactly what I'm telling y'all now. He says he has insomnia. He started doing THC. It's helped him sleep and everything, but I'm telling him basically why it's not a good idea for the whole video. I'll just pop the whole video up here. Basically, there's 3 points I touch on why THC isn't good for you. For, you know, if you're trying to hit his videos for 8 or more. So blocking your mTOR pathway, which is stopping muscle growth, no REM sleep, and if you actually smoke it, the smoke has been found to be like raises your estrogen essentially. But anyway, so I was going through, I was responding to him, and I'm breaking literally everything all out. It's like so many freaking, I don't know if y'all be able to see this, but I ain't gonna turn it. There's I mean, I've got an ass of little paragraphs here. I was like, you know what, this is actually all this information I'm putting on here. I should just go ahead and make a video how to help people with sleep insomnia, because I've literally just typed the whole script out. So I'm basically just gonna read what I've already written out. Normally I don't read anything from my videos, but I essentially just already have a script typed out. So I'm like, this actually can help a lot of people. Hopefully it helps Greg. Like, I didn't, again, I enjoy all his videos. I enjoy his content. I was just doing the response video to him to try to educate him why that's not a great idea for what he was saying. So he can learn something and benefit his life. And same thing with this response to him now. I'm telling him, now I'm going to tell y'all essentially, here's some things we actually want to look at to take care of this problem, because it is a problem essentially. So now I'm going to pass on the knowledge to y'all as well. And so I know this will help if y'all do it. Again, I've seen help in my life. And this is something I always like to look at with my clients and everything. Sleep is a crucial role to just health in general. You know, if you're healthy, like if your health's not there, your mental health is, you know what I'm saying, you're not sleeping good, your mental health's not there, your physical health ain't gonna be there. So it's gonna stop you from the losing fat, the building muscle, all this kind of good stuff. So it's gonna start, read my response here, and then we're gonna go, just gonna go through down and go through the helpful tips. I got about 5 exact tips here that are definitely 100% gonna help you if you actually do them. And then I have a couple other tips that are actually gonna alternatives if you don't want to go the harder route, the more like disciplined type route essentially. But you know, just like with everything else in life, like if you just put the work and build these skills essentially, do the things that are necessary, you'll get the results. Or you can look for the shortcut type way, okay, which in my sense, like the shortcut way is like taking the THC, which I'm about to show you why it's not a good idea, and then, you know, the CBD would be more of a shortcut way, but still it's a natural type supplement. But blah blah, let's just get into it. All right, so go and hit that like button if you would. I really appreciate it. Or if I say anything during the video, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Again, the roll sleeve scoop neck here, brand new merch dropping. The sleeves already come kind of rolled up like that. Brand new merch. It's probably already out by the time this video's out. Second link in bio, second and third link in bio for all 3 of my clothing brands. I do all the work on them, all the actual design and printing on them, everything like that. So anyway, let's go. All right, so. He was saying the CBD didn't work for him, but there's countless of other people that all over the world that CBD does work for. And just to throw a big name out there, because you know a lot of people like to see big names before they agree with something. Eddie Hall uses CBD for sleep. That's just one account. Okay, I'm just saying there's a ton of people who do it. Okay, so basically CBD just may not work for you, but it does for a lot of other people. Okay, we all respond differently to different things, which a lot leads you back to the soy video and everything. A lot of people hate on that soy video. I popped that up there. With a THC, yes, you may get to sleep faster okay, and be able to not, he was saying his mind's racing at night. So essentially that's what, insomnia is. You can't go to sleep, your mind's racing, or you'll wake up during the night and your mind's racing, you can't get back to sleep, okay? So yeah, you can go to sleep faster with THC, but the THC actually blocks your REM sleep, okay? REM's the most important sleep we get as humans, okay? It's this deepest stage of sleep we need, the most restorative sleep that we actually need. Okay, if you deprive yourself, that's why if you go to sleep high, even alcohol blocks, REM sleep as well. So going to sleep high like that, you won't dream for the majority of the night, and then you may have some super intense dreams later in the super late in the night / early in the morning before you get up, because the THC's out your system and your brain is trying to rush and get as much of that REM sleep in as possible. So you might have some super intense dreams. All right. But if you deprive yourself of REM sleep for long enough, like you'll start hallucinating and stuff. Like they've done studies on people like that. Like your body literally will force you essentially to have some kind of REM sleep. Like you'll start having like a waking type REM sleep type weird thing. Like your body needs that REM sleep. Okay, rapid eye movement. I say that's one more. If you're not dreaming, then you're not having REM sleep. So again, the THC blocks the mTOR pathway. Well, the mTOR pathway is the signal essentially that's telling our bodies to grow, to build muscle, to build muscle, to build muscle. Okay, so the THC blocks that. CBD does not block that. Okay. And the THC, again, you're getting no REM sleep, but the CBD does not block REM sleep. Okay, so you're getting all the benefits of THC without actually, what I'm saying? You're getting all the benefits of THC with CBD and none of the side effects, essentially. So you can still build your muscle, not blocking any muscle building pathways. So you're maximizing your muscle growth and you're still maximizing your actual sleep quality. You want quality, not quantity. It's better to get more quality than quantity if you're going to have to choose between the two. But obviously you want enough for your body of quality and quantity. REM sleep is most important, which is most quality. He was saying something that if you're staying up all night sleeping, you ain't going to be hungry and stuff. But I was saying basically, which is the most quality part of sleep. If you're lacking the quality sleep, it would actually lead you to be more hungry when you are awake. And there's studies on that. You can experiment with yourself. Just say if you're used to sleeping 8 hours, cut that back to 6 hours and see if you aren't hungrier that next day, and just keep doing it. The more and more you're underslept, the more hungry you're gonna be. All right. And not only less sleep you're gonna be losing less fat and building less muscle. Okay. And also there's huge effects on that on the mental sharpness as well. All right. Testosterone levels peak during REM sleep, and basically the less people sleep, the lower their testosterone is under what the amount they need, is because everyone is different. And has different needs, trains more stress, etc. So for people who are natural, it becomes even more important to get REM sleep. With you being on TRT, he's on TRT openly too. I'm not trying to bash him, just the truth. He's on TRT sleep because, so I'm saying with you being on TRT, sleep becomes less important for you with the testosterone, since your body doesn't have to rely on sleep to produce it. If you're natural, you sleep, that's when you're producing your testosterone. That's when testosterone levels peak. And basically showing essentially people who sleep less have less testosterone levels, again under what the levels they sleep. He was saying like so sorry, yes, I would definitely want people to avoid anything like Zaplicone, any kind of sleeping pills or anything. We want to avoid that. Okay, so and then here's part, I may just cut straight to this point, I don't know, but this is where we're going to really get into the sleeping aspects of it. So I just wanted to touch on that, the response to that, but I may cut that out because that's not 100%. It's somewhat related, but not 100% related to the topic. But so definitely want to avoid all kind of sleeping pills. That would be the last ditch effort, which I would say you would never have to go there if you would take these other steps. Okay. So before using anything for sleep, I always suggest lifestyle habit changes and figuring out ways to calm the brain / train the brain to sleep. The body is supposed to be able to sleep, so the problem is actually fixing the overactive brain, not taking something to mask the overactive brain. Okay, not taking that little shortcut to do it. Okay. It also takes me a little bit to get to sleep. My brain is wasting as well with ideas, YouTube, art, things I'm excited for the next day. I have this too, going to sleep, okay? First off, I always recommend meditation, all right? Focusing on the breath, okay? The goal is focus on your breath in and out. And the goal is to be able to focus so much on your breath, clear your mind. When thoughts come up, you just keep moving your focus back to your breath. And eventually you'll stop, because what that is, you're attaching to the thoughts. You have a thought, and then you think about that thought, and then you think about that thought of that thought, and then you keep thinking about the thought before, and you kind of just keep a track just keeps building. You keep going down deep and down this road. So what meditation does like that, it shows you can have a thought, you basically just hear it pretty much in your head, and it just literally goes away. It's like it just comes and disappears. A thought will pop up. If you don't latch onto it, it just goes away. So what is that doing? That's training your body not to be so like attached to thoughts, okay? Detached from the thoughts, not be so like, you don't have to think about every thought that you have and just keep thinking. That's where the main problem is. So, first off, like I say, I always recommend meditation. Focus on the breath like that. Okay, this helps me a ton. So this helps me a ton, and the more consistent I am with it, the better my sleep. Even when I wake up in the middle of the night to pee, my brain automatically starts racing with ideas. But by having trained myself to be able to focus on my breath and detach from thoughts, I can keep them to a minimum and get right back to sleep. It's literally a skill. So literally, I'll get up to pee, and my brain will start trying to think. But literally, as soon as I start thinking, I'm like conscious to, okay, don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Just focus on my breath. Focus on my breath. Still have some thoughts, yes. Just keep focusing on my breath. Focus on my breath. Don't attach anything. Just focus on my breath. Try to stay in this as quiet a mind as possible state so I can get literally right back to sleep. Okay? So second, I would see if a person was taking any caffeine, and if so, how much and when, okay? As caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours and a quarter life of 12 hours. Meaning if you have a cup of coffee at midday, a quarter of that caffeine is still affecting you at midnight. So this is equivalent to drinking a quarter cup of coffee right before bed. Okay? And I know he does, he does pre-workout. So again, any kind of caffeine, pre-workout, any kind of supplementation, coffee, doesn't matter, green tea, whatever you're doing, caffeine, make sure you're cutting that out enough time before bed. Again, even 12 hours before, you know, so it's going to be affecting you somewhat. Third, I would recommend cutting out all blue light at least 1 hour before bed. So if you're watching any kind of screens, putting a blue light blocker over them on your iPhone, on your Android, you can download apps, or they already come with apps to basically cut out blue light. You can set the specific time for it so it goes to a red light. Okay, and on like your computer, you can download f.lux. It's free. It turns, again, you can set the times and everything. At a certain time, it'll change over to red light instead of blue light. So exposure to blue light stops your brain from producing melatonin, which makes you sleepy. It's a natural hormone our body produces. It makes you sleepy, fall asleep, and sets your circadian rhythm, which is your body's clock, your 24-hour clock. And if you're looking at screens without the option to put a blue light filter on them, then buy blue light blocking glasses. Okay, will even block out any blue light from like just your overhead lights and anything else in the room, which does help extra. So with the blue light thing, so the earlier your body can start producing that melatonin, that's really a main reason of the problem is that melatonin, you're pushing that melatonin production back. So then when you finally go to sleep, cut the lights out, then your body's starting to actually produce the melatonin. That's why it's taking you so long, because that's basically like the sleepy hormone. Well, you've been putting off that. In the past, when the sun would go down, our body, it gets dark, our body would just naturally start producing it, right? Well, not now, because we have so much blue light around us. We have blue light 24/7 essentially. So that's why we have to stay on top of that. That is a huge factor. I've been seeing great results from that. So fourth, I would say make sure you're going to sleep around the same time every day, okay? The more exact you can be day in and day out, the better your body gets at sleeping at that time. So same thing with anything else. The more you can specifically do something at the exact same time, your body get used to it. Okay, we know, same thing with eating. If you eat at specific times every day, your body gets hungrier around those times every day because it knows we normally get fed around this time. Okay, same thing with sleeping. If you normally go to sleep exact same time every day, your body knows, hey, okay, we're going to be sleeping at this time, so let's optimize. It optimizes the time that you do if you do stay on that schedule. Lastly, I would say stop doing any activity before bed that makes you mentally active, and find things to do that calm your mind. For me, I stopped planning my next day at night and reading at night, as that stimulates my brain and thoughts. So I plan my day soon, first thing in the morning now, and just read during the day. Some very light foam rolling and light stretching before bed, and even like drawing and painting, I've noticed for me helps me go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's a calming type activity, but again, you have to find what works for you. But again, everyone is different. Some people reading helps them fall asleep, and like I said, some people reading helps fall asleep. Doesn't for me. It activates my brain, gets my mental ball rolling. So it's about cutting out the things that ramp up your brain, and starting a routine / finding things to calm your brain before bed, and setting a routine so your body and brain knows you know, okay, once we start this task, it's relaxation time, and then sleep time will be coming soon. That kind of links back to this schedule as well. And another bonus sleep tips would be wearing an eye mask, okay? Make the room as dark as possible. Literally any form of light in the room will impact the quality of sleep you get, okay? So they've done studies on that as well. Literally like one little tiny light behind somebody's kneecap while they were asleep drastically actually impacted their sleep. Another thing would be taking a cold shower before bed and sleeping in a colder room. Basically, the lower you can get that body temperature to drop, the better quality sleep you're going to get. Again, it's going to help you go to sleep and actually get more quality. So even if your time's set, let's get more quality out of that time. You know what I'm saying? And making sure the room is as quiet as possible is another huge thing as well. And wear earplugs if you have a fan that's loud or anything is going on that's going to be loud. Wear earplugs if need be. Okay, that's crucial as well. Will help you get to sleep and stay asleep a lot better as well. Alright, and I would even suggest when you get up in the morning, as soon as you do get up, get outside and expose your face, your brain. Even if you're looking through a glass, it's better just to get direct. But get up, get out, expose yourself to sun first thing in the morning. That again is going to set your circadian rhythm better and let your body know, okay, we just waked up here, so that kind of gets your body's clock in motion. So again, meditation, okay, and meditation is one of the hardest things you can do, but again, it's a skill to be able to quiet your brain. That's all essentially insomnia is. People can't quiet their brain, so they can't fall asleep because they're constantly thinking and thinking and thinking. They can't shut their brain off. And then it's the same thing when they do wake up in the middle of the night. Their brain's just overly active. They can't calm the brain. That's an issue. You know what I'm saying? That's something that needs to be addressed. Again, you can address that by just like taking something like CBD, like an external type thing like that. That'll help, yes. But the things that are going to make the best difference and actually just make you better, like you actually have to build a skill, meditation, be able to stop the brain. You know, making sure any kind of caffeine you're having, make sure if you're having caffeine, make sure that's far enough away from sleep so it doesn't interfere with your sleep. Thirdly, cutting out all blue light at least 1 hour before bed. Fourth, make sure you're going to sleep at the same time every day, okay? And the more exact you can be about that, the better your body's going to be at sleeping at that exact same time every day. And then lastly, stop doing any activities that you know are going to stimulate your brain, essentially, get your mental ball rolling. And find activities that are going to be more calming for your brain and set some kind of routine that you know that does kind of calm you down. Again, this is going to take a little bit of experiment. I mean, you should kind of know things that kind of get your mental ball rolling. It might take a little bit of experiment to find things that do. So try reading, try some stretching, try meditating before bed. You can do that too. I've done that before in the past. I actually end up, so like I might meditate like an hour before bed or something. I'd end up falling asleep during the meditation and have to get up, and then I'd brush my teeth and then go back to sleep. So I'm saying, so maybe meditating before bed's a great thing for you. You know what I'm saying? I generally do mine during the day now, but you know what I'm saying, you can just find what works for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a little bit of experimenting, but that is the main thing. So again, sleep, super crucial, and that's probably the main reason. It's just our society's become like kind of overactive with the white light. Like you can never have to sleep essentially now. There's white light all the time. We have lights all the time. So internet, there's always something to watch, something to do. You can always work on something. The internet, there's always something to do essentially. You know what I'm saying? So those are the tips. I guarantee you, if you do these, you're gonna be sleeping like a freaking baby, dude. Alright, anyway, that's it for the video. Stay happy, stay healthy. Gonna make y'all some gains. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.